Hello and welcome to my YouTube video. In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to block a little miniature shawl, but you can use the exact same techniques in a much larger version. I like to use Dritz pins for blocking. I use a ruler, plain water, nothing in it. I don't use any of the soaks or fabric conditioners. I just like water. This is 100% wool, merino wool scarf. I also use these little bulb pins to assist me in blocking. In this particular design, there's going to be a little lace border that's going to pull out like this when we block it. So what I do before I get it wet, I like to use these little bulb pins and I put them through the exact spot where I'm going to be pulling the lace out for the effect of the border. So this is going right here at the end of the yarn over section. And then often I will actually figure out the position that I'm going to have it in before I get it wet. So I start by stretching it to the maximum in all directions. So that's one side, and this is the opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the opposite side here, and I just use these pins to pull it as far as it'll go. Let's see if we can get this a little bit further away. Not much. Okay. And same thing here. I'm going to pull this pin out. And I use the quilting pins to pin the bulb pins in place. So let's see what we've got. I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to measure out from the center to my pins. And here I've got 7.5. This one is 7.25. This one's 7.5, and this one is 7.25. So I'm going to bring these in a little bit and these out a little bit and check again. Okay, now let's see. So this is 7.25, 7. So I'm going to pull this out 1/4 of an inch and this 1/4 of an inch. Good, excellent. Now I can work with these the side pieces and pull these out. Oops. When you put the pins in, put them at an angle, that way they'll stay secure. You can tell I'm pulling on this pretty stiffly. And then let's double check the distance from all of these. I'm going to try to get them all about 7.25. So I'll be adjusting them as I go. That's 6 3/4, so it's got to come out quite a bit. 6.5. 6 3/4. 7. Of course, the center is going to move every time I move these pins, but I'm going to double check it. By doing all this preliminary work, when we do the final blocking, it is super easy. Okay, let's look again. We've got 7 1/4, 7 1/4, 7 1/4. Looks good. Good. This one can come out a little bit. Good. Good. These are looking good. This one's too far. It can come in a little bit. Okay, so at this point, isn't it pretty? I love it. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the pins out and put them exactly back in where they were and release the bulb pins. So now I have an idea of where it's going to be. And I'm all set. So now I'm going to just put it in my water. This is just plain water, room temperature. I'm not agitating, just push it down till the bubbles come out. Once they pretty much stop, then you can let go, and I let it sit in here for at least 20 minutes. And then we'll come back in just a second and see what we do next. Okay, so here we are back. This has been sitting in here for 20 minutes. I'm going to take it out. And I just squeeze the excess water out. I'm not wringing it, just squeezing it. And I've got a towel here. I'm just going to lay the towel right here. Lay this out. It doesn't have to be spread out too much. And then I'm going to roll it up in the towel and just press on it to get any extra water out. All right. Now I'm just going to hook my pins up. Whoops, I bumped my camera. Okay, and then we're going to allow it to just stay like this and dry. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. This is not the full version. Let me show you. Whoops, I got something on it. There we go. The full version is a whole nother repeat out, and I'll show you what that looks like just a second. This is the same yarn, just a different color. But this is what it's like after it's blocked. You can see the fabric is completely different than the pre-blocked fabric. Whoop, I got caught on my pen. Whoops. But it's beautiful. So there's a link to this tutorial in the description down below, and I hope you join me back here for the rest of my videos, and happy knitting!